Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel once again, and this is going to be another wrestling review. Real buzzer beater when I'm gonna be uploading this, but it's still technically within the day, so I'm still keeping to my daily upload grind. So yay! But if you remember last month when we were looking at our Survivor Series matches, I I told you well, first of all, I managed to sneak in the first ever War Games match, aka the match Beyond, at Great American Bash 1987. But I also told you guys I was going to look at when NXT would bring back War Games. And so there's a middle point between when WCW came up with War Games, more specifically Dusty Rhodes, I guess, but between when WCW had War Games and then now the main roster having War Games to mixed reception. And there was an in between point, a sweet, creamy middle, if you will, kind of like the filling of an Oreo, where NXT had War Games. So, what would happen in War Games with NXT's first outing in it? That was quite the string of words, but you guys get what I mean. Let's talk about it. I'm talking about the War Games match from NXT War Games 2017. More specifically, he has Roderick Strong and the Authors of Pain, Sanity, and the Undisputed Era all do battle. That's right, there are three teams this time. A format they would not repeat next year. Next year we go back to just team versus team. And well, for starters, of course, as always, I'm not a professional wrestling reviewer or analyst or anything like that. Just admit, oh, excuse me, I tried to do it too fast, but I'm not professional. Not professional wrestling reviewer, analyst, or anything like that. Just a man who enjoys a good time. And while admittedly I did have a very good time going back to watch this match, it's been a while since I've seen this match. I do prefer the team versus team format. The three teams, they managed to make it work, but it did feel a little weird. Or so I'm glad they kind of went back to team versus team the next year for War Games. Plus, it makes sense. There's two rings, two teams. But of course, we're going to now. If you've seen these reviews of mine before, my goodness, it is late. If you've seen these reviews of mine before, you kind of already know how this works. There we go. But if you haven't, I'm going to be talking about what I liked and disliked about the match while trying not to flub it. But how exactly did we get here? Well, kind of how, ironically enough, kind of how the original War Games began, and having a match to compete against the Four Horsemen. This match, almost in a way, designed to compete against the Undisputed Era. So at this point in time, Adam Cole, Bebe, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly are the Undisputed Era. This is the early version. This was as they were just brand new in NXT. This brand new faction in NXT. Yeah, and they've been causing some trouble. They've been some real bad boys as of late. Now Sanity, who are the NXT Tag Team Champions. More specifically, I believe it was Eric Young and Alexander Wolf who were the actual champions. But I believe they were also doing the Freebird rule thing, which teams often do, where even with two people winning the tag team championships, the other members of a faction can defend him. The New Day did kind of the same thing. I think the New Day was doing the same thing kind of around the same time, or it might have been a little earlier in their run. But Sanity were tag team champions. Authors of Pain, especially, had been battling against the Undisputed Era. Roderick Strong is joining the Authors of Pain, and this was before Roderick Strong officially joined the Undisputed Era. At this point, they were teasing it. The Undisputed Era were trying to convince Roderick Strong to join up with them. Roderick was having none of it. He decided to join up with the Authors of Pain in this match. And so none of these teams necessarily like each other. Even the Authors of Pain aren't necessarily fond of old Roddy Strong, but they're going to coexist for the purpose of this match. Now, kind of how the format with the three teams work is there are three shark cages this time. I'm obviously Undisputed Era in one, Authors of Pain slash Roderick Strong, and another Roderick Strong actually is one of the people who starts this match. Also, well, actually, I'll wait till I finish this part. And then Sandy is in the last cage. So it'll be Eric Young start of Sandy starting off for his team. Then Adam Cole starts off for the Undisputed Era, and Roderick Strong starts off with his team. And Roderick Strong in the matching shirt and the uh and like the vest and everything, and kind of akin to like the shield that the Officer Pain used to have, and like the pants and everything. So in full getup, to match with his Authors of Pain brethren. And a nice little detail that they do bring up on commentary that Paul Ellering was a part of, in fact, was in the first War Games match. And now here he is managing Authors of Pain, and in this match. So, nice little bit of tidbit. Also worth mentioning, and well, actually, let me finish explaining the rules first. So, the rules are pretty much kind of similar to the other War Games matches, where there's time intervals, except at this time, I'm after the first interval, the first team will come in. So, it's not like one person coming at a time. And so, first in comes the Undisputed Era. So Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly also come in, and then next was Authors of Pain. So both of them come in, and then lastly was Sandy. Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf also come in. So it's not like one person, then one person, then one person, then one person. And no, it's just when the timer goes off, then the whole team comes in, and then obviously still once all 9 competitors this time around are in the ring, that's when War Games officially begins. And but also worth mentioning, just a kind of little extra tidbit. This isn't really going to affect the match. None of these people are in WWE anymore, which is pretty crazy. Adam Cole, and Kyle O'Reilly are now in AEW, and Roderick Strong is in AEW. Who Bobby Fish was in AEW until he decided he wanted to stage a coup. And then he left, joined TNA, asked people, "Where's the lie?" And then he left. Now he's in MLW, I believe. Authors of Pain. They were released, came back in 2023, I believe. He were released earlier this year. So they're unfortunately gone, and Paul Ellering is gone with them. And then all of Sanity are no longer in WWE either. Her Young promoted to main roster. Actually, all Sanity was on the main roster. Then he left. Alexander Wolf was on main roster, demoted back down to NXT, joined Imperium, him, and they also had a match with the Undisputed Era, which is crazy to think about. And then he left, and then Killian Dane, main roster, then back down to NXT, had a kind of fun tag team with Drake Maverick for a little bit before he left. And not even both commentators are in, or all 3 commentators, I should say, are in WWE anymore, because the commentary team is Mauro Ranallo, who I miss, Nigel McGuinness, who I kind of miss in WWE, but he's doing his thing in AEW, and Percy Watson. And so, none of these people, maybe even the referees aren't even in WWE anymore. I'm not sure, but man, just what a difference 8 years makes. But now that all that's out of the way, getting into what I liked and disliked about the match, starting with what I liked, there is a lot of fun action, and there is a lot of fun back and forth between all 3 teams, especially when there's the kind of advantage with the Undisputed Era coming in first. There's some fun spots and some fun plunder, including Killian Dane when he finally brings in the weapons. He brings in all kinds of weapons like chairs, trash cans, and tables. Fans chant, "We want tables." Killian Dane provides tables, and then the tables don't go use for a while, so the fans chant, "Use the table." those, uh, which was pretty funny. There is that hilarious spot where Kyle O'Reilly goes to hit, I believe it was Alexander Wolf, and then actually has the chair ricochet off the rope and goes back into his face. It's a moment that's become a GIF slash GIF, depending on how you pronounce it. That's become a GIF for quite some time now. It's so funny. But there's all kinds of other spills and everything. I believe it's. I want to say it's Eric Young who gets busted open as well. So there's some color, or the tables do eventually get used. And there's the closing moment where Adam Cole nails the kind of last shot, but Alexander Wolf holds up the chair, but Cole nails him anyway in order for the Undisputed Era to win the match. So they get the win there, and yeah, all kinds of just fun action throughout. Oh, and it gets kind of chaotic, but in such a fun way. Hey, I definitely highly recommend checking out this match because there's really so much to cover, so much ground to cover when it comes to that. It's something you just gotta watch the match and you'll see all the stuff I'm talking about. But it is a pretty fun watch, admittedly, and I think all three teams look really good. All three teams seem like they have a feasible chance at winning, and yeah, so just all kinds of fun stuff. So for the first War Games outing, it is pretty cool to see, admittedly. In terms of what I didn't quite like, I guess my only nitpick is it is kind of strange that it took all the way to Killian Dane for them to bring in weapons, but I guess it fits in line with kind of not even just Killian Dane, but Sanity as a whole. How they're very out there, but they're very chaotic. So what's more chaotic than weapons? But it did look a little strange. Or I should say, it was a little strange that it took so long for them to actually bring in weapons. But that's really more so of a tiny nitpick in the grand scheme of things. Definitely check out this match. It is a lot of fun. You won't regret it. But in the meantime, oops, excuse me. In the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on those post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you never miss an upload. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on this match, my review of the match. Do you like the match? Do you like my review of the match? Let me know. As for this upcoming week, what we're going to be doing, every day we're going to be finally finishing the look at the Alliance pay-per-views. I know I am super far behind on those. I was gonna try to do them all in bulk, like all in a single day, but that would take way too long, and I could have putting off. So you know what? This week is make or break, so I'm gonna do one per day. So tomorrow you will get No Mercy. Then day after you will get so tomorrow you'll get No Mercy 2001. Then day after will be Rebellion 2001, and Wednesday, I should say, will be Survivor Series 2001. Thursday will be Vengeance 2001, and then Vengeance 2001, and then Friday will be like the final analysis. And we'll finally put a bow on everything because we are already super far behind. This week is going to be the week. I've put it off long enough. It's been haunting me for so long. This week is it for sure. And also, I might sneak in one or two other videos as well throughout the week. I might do a Christmas review because I haven't done one of those yet. But yeah, stay tuned for that this week. But as for this video, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace. And also, real quick, let me see if I can do it before the camera zooms out. Undisputed. I think I'm doing it right. I don't know. This is probably for but nevertheless, see you guys later. Peace.